I'm Stacey. I'm Joanne.
I'm Kayleigh.
Wait till I tell ya.
Let's dive right into episode 8. Welcome back, everybody. This week we are going to be talking about habits, maybe some bad habits. And we're going to cover our worst delivery disasters, or delivery disasters in general. And Stacey, we'll go to you first.
Yes. In relation to habits, I wouldn't class them as bad habits.
Okay.
But I have 3 things that I kind of do. Maybe it could be considered OCD as well. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But I know, so I've played darts, as you know, for many, many years.
Yeah.
Competitively since I was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
Which would have come kind of from my dad's side.
Okay.
But the one thing that I was really bad at was counting. Because obviously you need to be very quick on your feet when you're playing darts and you're counting and stuff like that. So one thing that I've learned to do is mask my counting so people think I'm really good at it. So what I do is I write with my right hand. So when I'm marking the board with my right hand, I take my left hand, I put it on my lap, place it on my lap, but which is facing away from people. And then as I'm counting, I will count on my fingers.
No way.
The whole way back. But I will do this, like, not even in the darts setting. Like, I will do this in work. I will do this in a pub, in a restaurant. I will do this anywhere I need to do it to help me count. I will always just drop my hands and like do it on my fingers. Drop that. I will always drop my hand and do it on my fingers.
Oh my God.
Because it's the easiest way for me to do it.
Yeah.
Without being like 7, 8, 9, like put my fingers right out. Exactly. The other thing I do is I spell out loud. So like if I'm stuck on a word, I have to say it out loud and then spell it out loud. So like say like Wednesday, because there's like the way it's done is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or like anything that has silent letters and stuff like that, they could have to pronounce it and spell it out to get it right.
Yeah.
So like if I'm typing on the PC or whatever, I'd be like SH. Like I'd literally be spelling out the words.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I do as well is 30 days hot September. I think we all are guilty.
June and November.
There you go. I think we're all guilty of it. Like even just yesterday, I was saying to Brian, like I was like, oh, I have a wedding at the end of next week because one of the girls that I work with in the hotel is getting married. Yeah, so excited for her. So like I literally said to him, like, you know, that's next Friday, the 29th. And then in my head, I'm like, how many days are May? And it's like 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except for February. In a leap year, once in 4, February has 1 day more. So like it's just, I always do it.
Your ending is different to what I remember my ending of that.
That's how we were taught in school. Yes. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except for February. In a leap year, once in 4, February has 1 day more. It rhymes, so it's easy.
Yeah.
It's like Fat Dad. When you learned that in school, when you were learning the 6 counties of the north, FATDAD was the 6 counties. Fermanagh, Antrim, Down, Derry, Armagh, and I forgot the 6th one.
You just said it so quick. I'm like,
FAT.
what was it called?
Yeah. Fat Dad is what we used to use for that.
Oh my God, I never learned it that way anyway.
Did you not?
No.
Yeah, no, that's how we learned it in school.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
but
mad.
What kind of habits do you carry? And have you any bad habits?
So I don't know if it's classed as a habit, but I'm very fidgety.
Okay.
So like if I don't even know how to explain it, but I can be very fidgety with my hands.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an anxious thing, but if I rub for all the word, like take my index finger and I rub it around the sides of the nail of my thumb, I then have to take my thumb and rub that around the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky. And then if I do it on one hand, I have to do it on the other hand. I crack my knuckles.
That finger thing sounds like a proper OCD thing.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
So it is. I like things the way they are. I used to be notorious for constantly changing around my bedroom, my sitting room, my kitchen, and it's like I have to do it. But if somebody else was to come in and rearrange for me, I'd be like, what are you doing? I'd have a pure panic, like.
Yeah.
So I don't even know. It could be an OCD thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Could very well be. I also know I am an absolute devil, and so many people point this out as well to me over the years. Like, I mean, so many people. It's like their Roman Empire. It's like, what bothers you about Kayleigh? I am a freak for saying at the end of a sentence, so he did, so I am, so she did, says he. I'm real back arse Irish. Like,
you do this all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
No matter who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
And I hear myself saying it. So I do. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Like, I could be having a full-blown conversation with someone, and like, once I get to the point where I realise I'm talking and I realise that I'm being listened to, I'm like, I have to now concentrate on every single word I'm saying. So, podcast, great crack.
No pressure.
Just a wee bit of a struggle at times, but like, I'm getting there. I think I'm doing all right anyway.
I think we're both doing all right.
Yes.
We're all doing all right.
We are. But I'm sure I have 100 more that I have and whatever else. So I do. But that is definitely a main one. I realise when listening back to some of the podcasts, and this is going to make you even think or notice that I'm doing it. And it's something when somebody else does it, I'm like, please stop doing that. But I'm a devil for doing it myself. The whole, before I go to speak, I like have to gather myself, and I'm like, and I don't know why.
Like, suck your teeth. Like,
it's like suck my teeth, or it's like I dry the saliva that's loose in my mouth. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, all right, dry that up and now I can talk. And it's like, so every so often I'll hear it.
Because the swimming pool in your mouth.
I swear to God, I do be dribbling here, sure. But like, I don't know what it is. And it's when I'm listening back on the podcast, I'm like, oh my God, I do this a lot.
And can you hear it? Because I've listened back, but I suppose I haven't been looking
conscious.
for it.
Yeah, it's because I'm conscious of it.
And I haven't been looking for it. So if I listen back now, I'd probably hear it.
Because you notice some of the things you do, and I'm kind of like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I know you and you know me. So it's like, little bad habits that we notice in each other, but we can bypass it. Mm-hmm. And the one, I have to say, Joanne does something.
I know where this is going.
And I absolutely love this about her. I think it's brilliant, right? See? When you're conscious of it, then it's like, shit. About 2 years ago, me and Joanne spent the most time together at the electric picnic. Whether it be you were coming in at a different time, me and Joanne seemed to be going in and out in around the same time. So we got to talk and got to know each other on like a better level, I suppose, or whatever. And there was times I would say something to her, and it would be something funny, or so I thought. And Joanne would go, hilarious. And I'd be like, what is it? She'd never laugh afterwards. Never. Or you then follow it up by saying something else, and she'd go, gas. But why aren't you laughing? If you think it's funny, or if you think it's hilarious, or if you think it's gas, why do you just say it? Why do you not go, give a little giggle, something. Give me something. I feed off the response of other people. You come at me with hilarious. I'm like, dear caught in headlights. Is it? Am I being funny?
That's actually, do you know what's really funny about that is I've known Joanne for years, and she has done that for as long as
you've known her.
And I suppose
did you just cop it though once I pointed it out, or did you see it all along?
It's not that like I've known it's something that she does. Yes. I suppose I've never just really highlighted or thought of it in the same way you've thought of it until you highlighted more. Yeah. And now I get the really funny side of where you're like,
I honestly funny. I've never come across anybody that does it before.
Yeah.
Never. And that's one thing about Joanne that stands out to me. And I think it's hilarious. Yes.
But do you?
Panicking now. Love you really, Joanne. I really do. Like, I just think it is the funniest thing. But I've noticed as well then, because you and Joanne would be a lot closer than me and Joanne, you say gas.
As well.
You don't say the hilarious, but you do go gas. Again, you're sat wondering going, is it?
And it's probably just from being around each other. So you just pick up on it, like, do you know what I mean?
Sorry. A story just popped into my head. I brought this up before. Do you remember at your 18th birthday?
I have no idea where this is going. Just to warn anybody.
We had been out for your 18th birthday, and the next morning we went downtown.
We did.
We were all in the green area.
Yes.
And we were having a joke and just having a great time. And I turn around to you and I go, Jesus, you're gas.
Oh yeah.
And I followed it up with, Your mother must be a septic tank.
I will never forget that as long as I live. That is still like a running joke with us. Like literally all the time we laugh about this.
Oh my God. And you were like, do you not mean like she's a cylinder? As in a gas cylinder?
Yeah, and you looked
Not
so confused for a couple of seconds and then it was like the penny dropped.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and you were like, oh my God, I actually get this now.
Oh my God.
Do you know what I actually also remember from that day from after my 18th was we went down to the shop. It was actually a really nice day.
It was lovely.
It was really sunny. We actually all wearing sunnies and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember that when we were on the green, we actually took loads of photographs trying to make silhouettes of the word love. I don't know.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we were doing the LOVE.
Yeah.
So that's actually a really nice memory that I have. So it's funny that you brought that side up.
Yeah, and then we went and we got sweets.
It's gas.
Hilarious.
On another note, delivery disasters.
Yeah.
Mine is not so much a disaster as opposed to just really fucking irritating. But anyway, I had ordered some storage containers from a very reliable company, thank you. And the first time it came, so I'd ordered a load of other stuff as well. So the first time it came, there was a load of other bits in the box, and then there was obviously the storage containers. And the storage container was broken at the top, but the lid was perfectly fine. So I just sent them an email. I was like, hey, just let you know this came damaged. Took a few photographs, sent it back. And they were like, we'll send you a replacement. And I was like, that's perfect. Thanks so much. Blah, blah, blah. That was fine. So within the week, this replacement arrived. And when I opened the replacement box, there was a crack in the far side of it.
Oh, for God's sake.
So I was like, oh, I hate being that person, but at the same time, I need these storage containers for I think it was for Christmas decorations going back into the attic or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I literally replied again and I was like, I'm really sorry, but this box is broken in a different part. I was like, look, is it any way possible that I can pop into the shop and pick up the box? And they were like, no, we can't because it's coming from the head office. And I was like, right, okay, fine. So I sent back the box again. They sent me another box again. And the third box that they sent had a crack on the lid. I was actually that fed up with the whole situation that I didn't send back the last box because, to be fair, the crack in the lid didn't impact what I needed it for. I was like, I'm not being a pain in the ass again. So I literally just said yeah, it's fine, thanks very much. And I put my cracked box in the attic.
Oh, what a pain in the arse.
And that's it. It was just irritating more so than a disaster. It was just 3 times to get it right. And I'm like, if they'd have just let me collect it from the store,
it wouldn't have been an issue.
Solved.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Absolutely, it would have been.
Have you any delivery disasters?
Yeah, so
that you're like, ugh.
Yeah, there's one thing that really bugged me years ago. God, you could be going back to 2017. And I had ordered a dress, foolishly, off one of the Chinese websites.
Okay.
Before we ever knew of Shein and Temu. And this dress was €80 and a top bargain. Because if I had to go anywhere else for said dress that I was looking for, could have cost me thousands.
Okay.
And I was like, this will do perfectly fine what I'm looking for. Plain simple, happy days. I had measured myself and I went by the measure guide chart. I was like, right, perfect. Bought the dress, purchased the dress. It took about over a month anyway to get to me. It eventually got to me. I opened it up. It was about 4 sizes too small for me.
What?
Yeah.
Even though you'd done the measurements per the website?
Yep.
That's weird.
And it absolutely stank.
Ugh.
It literally smelled like rotten fish.
Oh, gross. That's disgusting.
Absolutely vile. It was the worst. So then I had to send it back. And in order to send it back, they give you the return thing when you look for it. You post it back, but you post it back on your own accord. So you pay for the postage. With the weight of the fucking thing, it cost €200 to post it back. Right?
So
and I think it was to do with the distance that it had to go as well. Right? So €200 was getting this thing ready, sent it all back. Apparently, they never received it. So therefore, it was done in a way that I would have got back my money once they received the package. Okay. Apparently, it was never received. So, what I think in the end I did wrong, even though this website is what I ordered from, I believe it was maybe a scam version of the site I had actually ordered from.
Yeah, could very well be.
So never seen the dress again.
Oh.
Never seen the money again. I thought, look, at this is something I'm going to have to take on the chin and just good luck and fuck you kind of a thing.
Yeah, you didn't really have a choice.
No, none whatsoever.
Oh, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it was
but
a
you know
pure
what
sickener.
it is? It's one of those once bitten, twice shy things.
Yeah.
You're definitely a lot more cautious, I'd say.
But that's it. I was so skeptical of ever buying anything online again. Like, it took me so long to be like, oh, do I, don't I, do I, don't I? And I was like, look, go cheap.
Yeah.
Buy really cheap first, see how it comes, see how it is, and kind of go from there, what the return policy is like, and this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
And never again.
Oh my God.
Do not recommend to a friend.
Kayleigh, I'm going to throw a question at you.
Okay.
And I want your honest. So it's actually a would you rather question, but it's one that's going to require a bit of thought.
Okay.
So my question for you today is, would you rather be able to have a perfect memory of a moment, or would you rather be able to forget anything at will?
The first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
So I actually agree with you.
Okay.
Because I know for me anyway, there's memories of like Joey and stuff like that I have, but they're foggy.
Yeah.
And I would rather be able to pull that memory into a perfect picture where I can sit and actually remind myself of what that moment was like. I would rather be able to do that than get rid of any bad memories I may have.
Oh, absolutely, because you have to take the good with the bad. That's why I wouldn't forget anything.
No. Because I think we learn from everything as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, you wouldn't... Yeah, I know there's times where things have gone wrong or whatever else, and you'd be like, oh, I wish I did this, or I wish I did that, or I wish I could forget. But you don't. It's the same as the expression. People say, I can forgive, but I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
and I think as well, our memories shape us as a person.
Yeah.
Like, everything that's happened in our lives and everything we've experienced is what shapes us to be who we are. So I'd rather not forget any of it.
Yeah.
But I would love to be able to perfect a memory.
It's like, you have to take the good with the bad at all times.
Yeah.
And it's like, as well, like, if you ever did anything wrong, you have to learn from it. Because if you think you're perfect at everything, well, you're not going to get very far in life, are you?
Most definitely.
So it's like you with that. The whole reason I would remember is because there is memories of, like, even my grandmother, because, like, I lost my nanny when I was 15, going 16. But there's stuff I wish I could remember clearly. Like, I know she had a fantastic laugh. I just wish I could really hear it. Hear it to remember it.
Yeah.
I know it was good. And it's like, the older you get and as more time passes, there's things you forget or it becomes fogged.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely I'd go with remembering.
Yeah. So that's my boomerang for today.
Yeah, I like that. That's actually a really nice one.
Thank you.
So it was.
Thank you. It took me a while to kind of think of what I could throw at you that you would be like, yeah, like crap.
I did have to think, but at the same time, I wouldn't forget anything.
My ick for today is when you're trying to act really fancy and really posh, but you're pure bog standard.
Yeah.
Like, that's like me trying to go into like D4 now or somewhere and like try and speak like them or act. Like, it's just not in me.
Far from it, you were reared.
That's reared. I was dragged.
Yeah, like, it was the same. I always remember there's local to the area from where I'm from. There is one particular lady, and I remember her saying, well, if she knew I called her a lady, she'd tell me to come on. She's not a lady. But I remember this, that she said, we were all reared on the one dung heap. That on one side of the area people were bog standard, and then on the other side of the area there was a couple of that thought they were high and mighty when there were no more near it.
Yeah, that's a fact. Totally agree with that.
My ick is when you see people biting their nails and spitting it. Like, it doesn't matter where they are, indoor or outdoor, and they're biting their nail and they're fuck off.
Yeah.
Just no.
Yeah.
And the same in a restaurant when you see people cleaning or picking out their teeth. Let it be with the corner of the ketchup, actual toothpick, a fork, as you said. Oh,
Yeah.
metal on your teeth. No. Anything like that, and then doing that, but then spitting the remainder of the food out. No, thank you.
But you know what I've seen as well is I've seen people pick their teeth with the ketchup packet and then put the ketchup packet back.
No,
And I have seen that firsthand, so I
Ew.
know what happens.
absolutely not. Now, folks, we are going to hit into our confessions, and this week we have one, and Stacey is going to cover it.
Yeah, so I was actually really surprised we got this in during the week, but you know what? It actually gave me a really good giggle.
Okay.
So it's a funny confession, but it's like one of those things where you tell a white lie or you say something you didn't mean to say, and then all of a sudden you're gone in too far for it to like be pulled back, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just go ahead with it.
Go ahead.
It says, right, I need to get this off my chest because I genuinely cannot tell anyone in real life. A few months ago, I started going to a little coffee shop every morning before work. Small little place, everyone knows everybody, the usual. After a while, the girl behind the counter started remembering my order. I was flattered. Flat white, 2 shots, vanilla syrup, and a ham and cheese croissant. So I was only delighted with myself. I felt like I'd finally become one of those organised adults with a little regular spot. Now, the problem is, I went in the first day, I panicked when she asked me my name, and for some reason I said Brian. My name is not Brian. I don't even know why I said it. I think it was because I was listening to a podcast or something at that time where they mentioned someone called Brian, and my brain just did a little malfunction. Hashtag brain fart. But once she wrote it on the cup, I was too late to correct her without sounding mad, and I didn't want to embarrass her either. Staff now all call me Brian. One lad said, "Same again, Brian." And I said, yeah, sure, why not, thanks. Last week things escalated badly because I brought a co-worker in with me. Your one behind the counter goes, "Morning, Brian." My co-worker looks at me dead in the eyes and goes, "Brian?" Without missing a beat, I said, yes, that's my middle name. Now my co-worker has started calling me Brian in the office as a joke. Other people have copped on and they're all at it now. And yesterday, this is the worst part, the coffee shop girl introduced me to somebody else in the shop as Brian. I shook the man's hand, looked him in the eyes and said, "How are you?" I didn't correct her. I couldn't. I was in too deep. I honestly think if this continues for another 6 months, I'll have to legally change my name.
Oh my god. That is absolutely something else. Like, what did you read? What did you think when you first read that?
When I read it first, I think I was like, I think it was like, I don't know if I believe him or not.
Yeah.
But then like, I do have another story where this actually happened as well. But it's different. It's a different scenario. So basically I was working with this girl before and we both worked in like a sales role. And I remember she was like a really strong salesperson. And I remember she had met clients and she was trying to, I suppose, find common ground with the clients. So they had been talking about their kids and blah, 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 blah. And when they asked her if she had any kids, she panicked and said, yeah, but she doesn't have any kids. And they were like, she got so deep like that. She had to make up a name and age, everything. And then what made it worse was obviously they went ahead with their event or whatever it might have been. And later on they had come back for something else and they were asking like how this fictional child was.
Oh, jeez.
And like to this day we still laugh about that one because that was literally one of the greats.
That's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it is a good one for sure.
And that is our confession corner for this week. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening in. Take care, mind yourselves, and we'll see you next week.
Right now, folks, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.